Hello students, how are you all? I hope all of you are fine and safe at home. Today I am going to tell you about your grammar topic, that is defining relative clauses. Now before coming to your topic, I want to make you clear that phrase and clause are the part of a sentence. Sentence is a group of words which makes a complete sense. In this way, phrase is also a group of related words that does not contain a subject and a verb and used as a part of speech. And clause is also a group of words but it contains a subject and a verb and used as a part of a sentence or a sentence by itself. In this way, a phrase is a group of words that make sense but not complete sense. In the following sentences, the words in bold are phrases. The sun rises in the east. In the east is a phrase here. My house is near the mosque. Near the mosque is a phrase. A beggar stood at my door. At my door is a phrase. Show me how to do it. How to do it. It's a group of words. Make sense but not complete sense. That's why it's a phrase. The roofs of the houses were covered with snow. Of the houses is a phrase. Now in this way, clause is a part of a longer sentence containing a subject and a predicate. Students went home when the class was over. Now in this sentence you can make it clear that students is a subject here and went home, went is a verb and home is a adverb, then predicate here. This part went home is a predicate here, and these two sentences are joined with conjunction when the class was over. The class is a subject here and again was over is a predicate here. In this way, two clauses are there in this sentence. They are joined with when. Now I am coming to your topic, that is defining relative clauses. Now look at this sentence. The teeny rabbit is in the parlor. In this sentence, teeny tells us about rabbit. Then teeny is an adjective. The rabbit with the bright eyes is in the parlor. Then rabbit with the bright eyes. This phrase with the bright eyes tells us about the noun rabbit. Then it is an adjective phrase. The rabbit that father brought home is in the parlor. Then now in this sentence clause, that father brought home has a verb brought and a subject father. Then it tells us more about the noun rabbit. Therefore it is an adjective or relative clause. Now study these more sentences. Mother is the person who does not want to keep Adolf. All of you know that these sentences are from your lesson Adolf. This is the burrow which Adolf dug. It was a situation that made the children very sad. This is the place where father found the rabbit. Is this the time when we should feed Adolf? The clause in green sentences qualify the noun, persons, burrow, situation, place and then time. And they are adjective or relative clauses. In these clauses, they are answer the question which person, which thing. That is the classes define the nouns they qualify. They are therefore called defining relative clauses. Now here making this thing clear, relative clauses are usually introduced by the relative pronouns who, whom, which, that. Who and whom are used to refer persons, which to things and animals, and that to things and animals, as well as persons sometimes. For example, who was it that won Wimbledon this year? Here that is used for person. Relative clauses can also be introduced by the relative adverbs when, where, why, when these words mean on which, in which, or at which. Sunday is the only day when I can relax means Sunday is the day in which I can relax. Then we use it as an relative clauses. Here we used when, but it describes as in which. Whom is not used very often in spoken English. It is used in formal English. The principal is the person whom you should address the letter to. Relative pronouns functioning as objects of verbs or prepositions can be omitted from defining relative clauses. Now I am adding a video also for making this concept more clear.
Let's talk about relative clauses. Relative clauses can also be called adjective clauses. Relative clauses are used to give additional information. They function like an adjective. The formula is relative pronoun plus subject plus verb, or relative pronoun as a subject plus the verb. Let's look at this example. Tom is talking to a girl. Do you know the girl? Instead of repeating a girl and the girl twice, instead we can say, do you know the girl who is talking to Tom? Who is a relative pronoun. Who is talking to Tom is a relative clause. Here are the relative pronouns. The relative pronouns who or whom is used to describe people. Where is used to describe places. When is used for times. That and which are used for things, and whose is used to show possession. Let's talk more about whose. We use the relative pronoun whose to show possession. For example, his book. The author, whose book I just read, is going to be in my town. His ears. The boy, whose ears are big, is in my class. Her cats. The woman whose cat bit me lives around the corner. We can use the relative pronoun whose to replace the possessive pronouns his and her. Sometimes we use different relative pronouns whether we're referring to the subject or the object. For example, New York is the city that never sleeps. New York, where I went last year, is a great place. Notice we use that if the relative clause doesn't have a subject. We use where if the relative clause has a subject. In this case, the relative clause contains the subject I. Here's another example. His birthday, which is in June, is his favorite day of the year. Here we use the relative pronoun which because the relative clause does not contain a separate subject. His birthday, when he turns 12 years old, is on a Monday this year. Here we use when because the relative clause contains the subject he.
Now students, after watching this video, all of you will try to fill your exercise. Then we would discuss about this topic in your period. Thank you and have a nice day.